Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to show you guys a tutorial on this special effects, except I'm trying to get my hair in because I even did my hair and that's the first. Evil, distorted, is that even a word? Clown. So yeah, I even did a little bit of body painting, which I don't do very often, and I even painted my hair, which we're hoping this comes out. So yeah, I did this special effects look, and today is actually a collab. I haven't done a collab video. It's been a minute, probably a month or two, but yeah, so this is a collab with Geo SFX. I think that's his YouTube channel. Sorry, may not have it correct. I will definitely have it in the description as well as linked in the description. So yeah, if you guys want to see this, then keep watching. So I'm starting off with my face cast of my face that I created, and I believe I have a face cast tutorial up on my channel, so you can check that out if you'd like. I'll have it linked in the description. And I'm just going in with some Chabant clay, which is a non-drying oil-based clay, and I'm going to be molding my prosthetics. I made some angry eyebrows and some happy smile. It's a pretty wide, rounded smile, and I'm just doing that because later I'm going to be painting on an evil smile to make it look like it was this happy clown then turned evil. And then I'm just going in with liquid latex. I did roughly 10 layers, and then I'm just going to go in with my huge powder brush that I don't care about. It's a really cheap powder brush that I don't really know where it's from, and it's just whatever. So if you get liquid latex in it for any reason, it's not a big deal because you can just throw it away. Now I'm going in with lots of powder, and I'm going to set the entire prosthetic and then start using powder to take off the prosthetic. I'm using the brush underneath the prosthetic as I keep lifting and pulling, and this will make sure that your edges don't fold over and create thicker edges, and it will keep those nice thin edges if you created thin edges. And I also just wanted to apologize for my voice. My voice is just really scratchy for the past few days, so I'm sorry. But yeah, just ignore my voice, how scratchy it is. But I'm just going to take off this prosthetic from one edge, starting to the other end, or not edge. I guess I'm going from one end to the other end. Some prosthetics are different the way you want to take it off. For this specific one, I was good with just pulling it from one side to the other side, and it worked out. And then I'm going to make sure that you powder each side of the prosthetic once you have it off. You can never have enough powder, or when I'm saying powder, I mean flour, because flour is the cheapest powder you could get. You could also use baby powder if you want, but it's a lot better than using a pressed, or not pressed. It's a lot better than using a loose face powder. Now for application, I'm starting off with measuring this to my face and trimming it down just so it fits and so it doesn't go back into my hair. Because this is a pretty big prosthetic and it is in a kind of weird spot where it will go into your hairline just a bit, you want to apply Vaseline in your entire hairline so it rips out your hair the least. Personally, it did rip out a little bit of my baby hairs, but I mean, honestly, that's pretty expected when using latex, but just be cautious about that and make good choices, I guess, if that makes any sense. But I'm starting to put some latex in the center of the prosthetic and put that down in between my eyebrows first, and then I'm going to start spreading it out section by section to the sides. This is just the best way I find to apply this specific prosthetic. And then also, like I said, apply Vaseline around your entire hairline. And then to help blend out edges, I just glob a pretty thick amount of liquid latex on the edges to begin blending out the edges the best as I can. Now I'm going back in with more Vaseline because it will be needed. And I'm going in with some 3rd degree, mixing equal parts of A and B, making sure to not contaminate the containers at all. If you do, the entire jar will be ruined. And I'm going in with just some clay, like molding tools, and this is what I like to apply my 3rd degree with. And I'm just going to put little beads of it right above the brows to kind of add a little bit of like wrinkles, I guess, around the brows. And then I just go in with my fingers, and I first put a little bit of Vaseline on my fingers to help blend out the edges. I find using my fingers is the best for 3rd degree. I don't really like using tools too much unless it's needed when using 3rd degree. Especially for this specific thing, I really only used my fingers to blend it out. And I'm just going to be creating this around the arch of my brow, and this is going to just add some wrinkles and add some 3D effect. I'm so sorry, I'm kind of out of frame a little bit, almost out of frame for part of this, but I applied some more third degree around my nose to create like a broken open nose effect if my clown ripped off his happy little clown nose. And it peeled off some skin, I guess, and it created a wound. And I'm just using that, and then I like to use a tool to create a sharp edge on the inside, and then I just blend out the outer edges into my skin with my fingers. Now I'm going in with some liquid latex, and I'm going to apply 1 or 2 layers. Well, I think I ended up doing about 2 or 3 around my face. It's just going to add a gross texture, and that's kind of what we were going for this old, gross clown. While the latex is drying on my face, I went in with some blue water-activated paint, and I'm just going to draw these little stripes. They're pretty thick stripes from my neck all the way down to my chest. Pretty much, this is just for photo purposes. So if you are if you're using this to go out with, I would suggest just getting like an outfit or a costume. But because I am not doing anything other than the video purposes, I'm just going in and I'm just going to create the body painting. I feel like this is kind of cool though too, because I never really do much body painting, so I kind of wanted to experiment a bit with this. Then I'm going in with some black water activated paint, and I only use water activated paints when body painting. I find it just works the best, especially if you have access to it. And I'm just going in with the black, and I'm going to fix it up. I would highly suggest using blue first and then going in with the black. Then I added another layer of liquid latex, and then I let that dry to my face. And now I'm going to go in with some Bentonite Clown White grease paint. And I'm just going to apply this all over my face, and it's great for this purpose. And I'm just using one of those cheap latex wedges that I'm just going to use this to blend out that cream paint. And I did use a pretty thick amount. It's just to get a very, very opaque white, and that's what I was going for. And then I'm just going to blend that out everywhere, and then I'm going to powder that down. You can use a white eyeshadow, you could use a translucent powder, but I just went in with some more flour because I kind of wanted to use a lot of it to powder down my entire face, and it worked pretty good. Now I'm going in with some water activated colors of the rainbow, and I'm just going in I can't speak. I'm going in to fill my hair with. I didn't really overthink this. I didn't have a wig or a bald cap, so I just kind of did this, and I thought it looked pretty cool. And I'm just going to create the rainbow, and I also created a widow's peak because I felt like it just kind of went along with the gross old creepy theme. And yeah, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, but I didn't have red, so I used pink. And yeah, sorry, didn't really have red grease paint or water activated paint. I had no idea where it went. I also would not suggest coloring your hair with anything else other than water activated paints, because water activated paints will come off easily in the shower. I've once used grease paints, or I've used cream color before in my hair, and it was a nightmare to get out. I would not suggest doing that at all. And then I'm just going in with some red grease paint, and I'm going to fill in the mouth as well as the nose. And then I'm just going in and creating a little bit of a triangle off my mouth, just so if it turned evil, like it was originally a happy clown, and then it went evil or something, and I'm painting on some sharp edges to that evil clown mouth. And then I'm also going to create some triangles to the eyes, underneath and above the eyes. Just, you know, it's pretty classic clown stuff, I guess. And I'm going in with red grease paint to do this. Now I'm going to be taking the Urban Decay Shadow and Blackout from the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, and this is my absolute favorite black eyeshadow, and I'm going to use this, and I'm going to just dirty up the eyes and create a very deep sunken in eye socket, and also very, very, very messy. I'm not laying down any transition shades, any bases, any primer. Nope, just going straight in with black eyeshadow to make this super messy and very worn in. And then I'm going in with the NYX Black Bean Jumbo Pencil, and this stuff's great. It's very pigmented, and I really like this. It's very easy glide on, and I'm just going to use that to cover my eyelids as well as my lower lash line, my waterline, and my tight line. Now I'm just going in with the Maybelline Rocket Mascara. This is just going to blacken out my eyelashes. And then I'm going in with some brown grease paint. I wasn't sure if I was going to use brown or black for the eyebrows. I just went for brown. Not really sure why, but that's what I went with. And now I'm going in with some black cream paint on a tiny little brush, and I'm just going to be creating some teeth. I was going to sculpt teeth, but then I decided just to draw them on because it was going to be quicker and easier, and it gives practically the same effect. And I'm just going to create little tiny sharp teeth on the top and bottom of my lip. And then I'm going in to shade my entire face with black eyeshadow. And I'm just going to take that Urban Decay Blackout shadow, and I'm going to shade underneath and above the little eyebrow crease, I guess, little eyebrow wrinkles. And then I'm going in shading around the nose. It also just dirties up the entire look when you shade with black, and if you don't do it very specifically and you just kind of do it really messily. And then I'm going in around the nose, and I did create a pretty wide nose just to add to that creepy, not very snatched look. And then I shaded the the cheekbones a little bit, around the mouth and the corners of those little clown corner mouths, and the widow's peak, or like the hairline, is shaded a bit. Then I'm just going to go with that black eyeshadow and dirty up the little triangle spaces for no real reason, just to once again add to that grungy, dirty look. And then I'm going to take the black eyeshadow again and put that all over the hair just to dirty it up. Like I said, you could use like water activated paints, but I feel like that wouldn't be so blown out and it wouldn't look like dirt as much. It would more just look like paint. So I went in with eyeshadow. And then I'm also shading the edges, the lower and upper edges of the blue paint stripes on my shirt. And then I ran out of space and it didn't record the part where I put a little bit of blood on the nose. And then I also went in with some alcohol activated paints from the Skin Illustrators Zombie palette. I'm taking the brown and the black in that palette, and I'm just going to stipple this all over my face with a texturized sponge. And this stuff smells really strong, so I had to fan off my face from the fumes. And I'm just going in with these colors all over my face. It adds a nice dirt effect. I also put this in the hair because I didn't put so much in my hair. It did come out pretty easily with water. I really didn't have to remove it with alcohol because I just barely put any in there. It just came out when I washed my hair. Now I'm going in with a mix of the Ben Nye Dark Blood and Ben Nye Fresh Scab, and I'm going to apply this all over my face and any of the wounds that we created, like the triangles above and under the eyes. I wouldn't call these wounds, but just putting blood there kind of fit. And then I globbed a bit of blood on the lower corner, have it dripping down. Also want to put some on the edges of the mouth, put some above the eyes in that triangle. And then I'm also just going to stipple this randomly all over the entire face. Once again, to add that very lived-in killer clown look. And then I dripped a little bit of blood underneath the nose, have it dripping down. And then lastly, I stippled some all over the chest. And now if you just want to add a little bit extra, this is just for photo purposes, I added some latex and cotton fingernails on one hand, added some black eyeshadow and blood to them, and that's it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you did like this video with a thumbs up, and comment down below what you guys think, as well as subscribe to become a beauty and be a part of our beautiful world, and check out Gio's channel and his video, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye!